Listen to me. Some of you have been praying for God to speak. Some of you have been asking God for a sign. But what if I told you God already showed up and you almost missed him because you didn't come loud? Genesis 18 opens with something crazy. The Bible says the Lord appeared to Abraham, not in a storm, not in a fire, not in thunder, but as three men, just ordinary looking men. Let me help somebody today. God will often come wrapped in normal. Abraham wasn't praying. He wasn't fasting. He wasn't shouting. The Bible says he was just sitting at the entrance of his tent in the heat of the day. Translation, he was tired. He was old. He was waiting. But when Abraham saw them, the Bible says he ran to them. Catch this. The miracle didn't start with a promise. It started with hospitality. Abraham said, come, rest. Let me wash your feet. Let me feed you. Hear me. How you treat people determines how God treats you. Some of you want blessings, but you ignore people. You want favor, but you don't serve. Abraham served and didn't even know he was serving God. While they were eating, God asked a question. Where is Sarah? Pause. God already knew where Sarah was. That wasn't information. That was for an invitation. Then God says again, by this time next year, Sarah will have a son. Wait, God already said this back in Genesis 17. Why repeat it? Because God knows time tests faith. Some of you didn't stop believing because God lied. You stopped believing because waiting wore you out. And Sarah laughs, not a joyful laugh, a tired laugh, a broken laugh, a been disappointed too many times laugh. And God responds with one of the coldest, strongest questions in the Bible. Is anything too hard for the Lord? That question still echoes today. Let me pause right here, because somebody watching this is laughing on the outside, but crying on the inside. You smile in public, but you already buried the dream in private. You said, it's too late. I'm too old. I missed my chance. But God sent me here to ask you one thing. Is anything too hard for the Lord? Not, is it hard for you? Is it hard for them? But for the Lord. Sarah gets scared and says, I didn't laugh. God says, oh, yes, you did. And here's the shout. God still blesses her anyway. Let me help somebody breathe again. Your doubt didn't disqualify you. Your fear didn't cancel the promise. Your laugh didn't erase the word. God didn't say, since you laughed, never mind. God said, I'm still coming back. Grace is God staying committed when we struggle to stay confident. The chapter shifts. God says, should I hide from Abraham what I'm about to do? He tells Abraham about Sodom. Catch this. God shares secrets with people who walk with him. If you want clarity, stop chasing cloud. If you want direction, stop chasing noise. If you want God's voice, walk in God's ways. And Abraham intercedes. Lord, what if there are 50 righteous, 45, 30, 10? This is powerful. Abraham is bold but humble. That's how prayer works. Respectful presentation. Listen to me. Genesis 18 teaches us this. God shows up unexpectedly. God repeats promises patiently. God isn't threatened by your doubt. God honors faith that keeps showing up. You may be old, but God is timeless. You may be tired, but God is faithful. You may be laughing, but God is still moving. By this time next year, something is about to be born. Not because you're perfect, but because God keeps his word. Is anything too hard for the Lord?